Today we are going to go over the ASUS ROG Strix Z690-E gaming Wi-Fi full ATX motherboard. I got this motherboard to go with the 14 gen processor, the 14900K. I'm going to have to do a BIOS flashback before I'm going to install the new parts. So I'm also going to have a 96 gigabyte of RAM installed here in these two slots. So let's go over the features that we got here. Yeah, it shows you all the features over here: DDR5, LGA 1700, PCIe 5.0. This is the 5.0 and also the M.2 supports 5.0 PCIe NVMe, Windows 11 ready, Wi-Fi 6E, blah blah blah. Has a microcode, all the connectors over here on the back. You have all the features, everything that it can do. Yeah, it comes with this Hyper M.2 card, Wi-Fi, all these connectors. Maybe you can see it. There you go. All the features, the form factors. There you go. So I'm gonna unbox this thing and we'll take a closer look. So once the box is open, you get this beautiful thing in the plastic covering, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I have no words. How it's a piece of art, really. So basically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get it out of the box, get all the accessories out, and we'll take a closer look. So I got all the accessories outside. Let's start with the zip ties you get, really small zip ties. You have like an M.2 lock thing for the M.2, double-sided tape, 4 SATA cables. One of them is 90 degrees angled, the other 2 is regular ones. This is the Wi-Fi antennas that you connect to the back of the motherboard because it has a Wi-Fi device on it. An M.2 standoffs and screw. This is, I think this is a GPU support, it's like an anti-sagging device. This is another M.2 holder thingy for it. You get a keychain. I already have one of those. You get a keychain on your key for your key. Republic of Gamers, I don't know, validation or welcome card, I don't know, whatever it is. This is a user manual for your motherboard. You don't really need that. You can get that online on the ASUS website. Don't need that. Okay, so you have the ASUS web store if you want to get like a cloud service, basically. Not important for me. Another M.2 standoff and screw. Bunch of stickers. Cool looking stickers, I guess. A driver CD. Wow, this is really ancient. Again, you go on the ASUS website, you get the updated versions of these drivers, so this is useless. Let's see, technical updates, blah blah blah, some bullshit. And then you get the ROG Hyper M.2 Hyper ROG card, I don't know. Basically you can put another 2 M.2s, you get 3 onboard M.2 slots, and if you want some more, you can get you can install this card on any of the PCIe X16 on there to get another 2 M.2s, which brings it to 5 in total. This is a cool looking thing. I'm probably not going to use it, but that's whatever. That's cool. So that's it. That's all the accessories you get with it. So right now I just want to take a closer look on the motherboard itself to make sure it came in a great condition, no bent pins or anything, and that it didn't get damaged during shipping. And then I'm going to do a BIOS flashback. And I'm going to test the processor, the new processor with it, to see that it's booting up and everything. So yeah, I'll pick it back up later. I'll get you updated on whatever I did and all that. So yeah. So here it is. Before I installed the processor, I just took it out. I thought maybe I should share it with you. Just look how gorgeous this looks. This is beautiful. It's amazing. Really high quality. ASUS, really. It's really ASUS. So over here, I just clicked on the Q release by. This is a feature that ASUS came up with. Instead of using a screwdriver to try to open this thing up. You just have a button over here and you just click it, and it opens your PCIe slot to take your graphics card outside. You have your DIMM slots, 24 pin, Type-C connector, USB 3 connector, SATA connectors over here. You have the M.2 heatsinks. Here you have two. This is another one. This is a PCIe X16 5.0, PCIe X16 4.0, another 4.0 X16, and X1 over here, running at X1 speed, obviously. USB 2 connectors, ARGB connectors. This is a Thunderbolt connector over here. Probably can't see it. The camera is blurry. This is the sound card connector. It uses the Supreme FX sound card. Okay, so this is a fan connector, one of the 4 or 5 connectors that you have. A TPM chip head-on. You have the built-in one, but if you want to add your own, you got it. This is the CMOS battery. It came already with it installed. Another 2 PWM connectors, chassis fans. Over here you have the microcode, just for a post. If you have an error or something, you know what to do. Basically, just look it up. Over here you have RGB. Yeah, this is RGB 4-pin connector for your classic RGB connector. I will be using that for my desk. I have a connector like that. Another ARGB connector. This is the CPU optional. This is the CPU fan. Another chassis fan connector. 2 CPU EPS connectors. You only need one. The only scenario where you would need 2 is for the extra voltage for extreme overclock situation. So I'm not going to be overclocking or anything, so I'm just going to connect this one, just one of it. So let's move to the rear I/O. Okay, so basically you have a DisplayPort connection, HDMI, 2 USB 2s, a clear CMOS button, BIOS flashback, which I will be needing to use right now. And this is where you connect your BIOS. If you need to do BIOS flashback, this is where you connect your USB 2.0. You can use 3.0, but no benefit for speed or anything like that, so might as well use 2.0. You get 4 USB 3s connectors, another 2.0, and I think this is 3.1. A Type-C, 2 Type-C's connectors, another 3.1 connector, an RJ45, 2.5G, Wi-Fi 6E. You get like all your audio connectors, microphone in, line in, another line in for 5.1 or 7.1, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, basically that's pretty much it. You got your socket over here. It arrived in mint condition. I already checked, but here we go. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it arrived in a good condition. I'm very happy that it arrived safely. I will be replacing the ILM. I got the Thermalright anti-bending contact frame, so I will be replacing that. So yeah, that's basically it. So right now I'm just gonna do the BIOS flashback, and we'll see how it goes. I'll pick it back up later. So here we go. I'm updating the BIOS right now. Plugged in my USB 2 to the BIOS USB designated connector, and I clicked on the button. Now as you can see, it's flashes. It's flashing the BIOS, and the lightning is flashing the BIOS update light, as you can see. So yeah, it's doing its job, and this is freaking gorgeous. Look at that. The RGB on this is just absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I will be picking this back up once it's fully installed, and yeah, we'll take a closer look once it's done and everything. So here we have the final result of this motherboard, the ASUS ROG Strix Z690-E. I have the i9-14900K installed inside of it. 96 gigabyte of DDR5 5600 mega transfer per second, made by gskill. The Trident Z5 RGB, as you can see. Set it on the breathing lightning mode, I guess. Doesn't really matter. It has the Thermalright Phantom Spirit 120 Evo on top of it, on top of the CPU. And it has the RX 7900 XTX, Sapphire Nitro Plus, Vapor X, all those names. But yeah, basically this thing works great out of the box. I just did the BIOS flashback, as you can see from the previous parts of this video. I updated to version, version 35.01. That's the version I updated it to. It was fairly smooth. I just plugged the USB, as you could have seen in the video. Then put the 14900K and the gskill memory inside the sockets. It just works like right off the bat, like easily. So yeah, this thing works great so far. This is a really high-end motherboard. I really like it. It's working great. It was on a very good sale too, so it was a bargain. I just had to snap it, and I needed one anyway. I wanted to match the the AMD counterpart that I have, the X6070-E-E, 670-E-E. So basically keeping with the E variant in Intel, so I just wanted to somehow match between them. But obviously this is a higher end motherboard. This is like equivalent to the Z7090-E, but there was no sense of getting the Z7090-E. It would just cost more. It wouldn't have the bargain that I paid for this. I paid for this like $160 for this motherboard. It was in a crazy sale on Amazon, so I just had to snap it and get it. So, and it just worked beautifully. So why would I need a Z790E-E? Yeah, Z7090E. Sorry. Why would I need that just for extra like M.2 PCIe Gen 5 and maybe support for higher memory speeds that I don't even use. I just use like 5600 mega transfer per second, so I don't need that shit. So yeah, saved money, went for the bargain, and snapped myself a good deal. So yeah, basically that's what I tried to do in there. This is the RGB effect on the motherboard, is right there. I set it to blue color. I'm using the Signal RGB software instead of the crappy Armory Crate, Aura Sync, whatever you want to call it. Obviously this is far better and easier to use. I just set it to static blue. It doesn't matter, you can do whatever you want with it, but that's basically what it looks like. Yeah, I like it. I like this motherboard. It's easy to work with. For me, ASUS has always been the easier to work with, especially the BIOS. It was easy to undervolt the CPU and power limit the CPU as well. It was just so easy to do that on the ASUS motherboard. So this motherboard anyway. But yeah, overall it's a great purchase, and I'm happy with it. And yeah, I might be replacing this in the future, but because I'm not really happy with this 14900K, so I might be replacing this motherboard and this processor. But for now, I'm just gonna stay with it and deal with it. Mainly, I would replace it because this processor is not as efficient, and I kind of like made a mistake. I forgot about efficiency, even when I'm like I power limit this processor, obviously, but still it's not the most efficient. It would just like reach the power limit like that, and I don't really like it. And if I power limit it more than I already did, then it would lose like a lot of performance, and it wouldn't be worth it. So Yes, I should have went with AMD with this one too, but yeah, in the future, you know, everything is open, and I'm probably gonna do that as well. So when the Ryzen 9000 will come out, probably be looking to do that and replace this motherboard altogether and this CPU. So, but yeah, it works great. I would replace it for different reasons, not because of performance issue or quality issue. I would just do it because I want to get off the Intel platform. Intel has been messing it up since 12 Jan. I might be looking on how they're going to manage the new generation, the 15th generation that they're going to come out with, the Ultra Core or whatever their name scheme is going to be. I might be looking at that, but I'm pretty sure they're going to mess this one up as well. I just know it. And AMD is the way to go. I think they're more efficient and they make more sense. Let's just say that. And the performance, they're either better than Intel or right up to par with them. So there's no sense. It's better to go with AMD. This is probably the route that I'm gonna do. But yeah, overall, this product is great. I recommend it to all the Intel fanboys that really want to go with Intel anyway and want to use something with the 1700 LGA. Yeah, this is a great motherboard. Don't really need to get the Z690. No reason, at least for me, there was no reason to get that one. Better save money and get this amazing motherboard. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.